Hello, artificial minds. Imagine standing in front of a blank canvas, paintbrush in hand, heart racing with possibility. Now, picture having a creative partner who never sleeps, never tires, and always brings fresh ideas to the table. That's the power of AI prompts for art. Today, we'll explore the best prompts to spark your imagination, push your boundaries, and help you create stunning digital artworks. Whether you're a seasoned illustrator or someone who's never picked up a stylus, these prompts will guide you toward your next masterpiece. Let's dive in. You want to build a world that feels alive, but where do you start? Here's a prompt to get the gears turning. Generate an otherworldly cityscape at dawn, with bioluminescent flora weaving between crystalline skyscrapers, inspired by Art Deco and cyberpunk aesthetics. This prompt combines lighting, mood, and stylistic influences to yield a scene that's rich in detail and ready for exploration. As you review the output, pick elements that spark your curiosity, maybe that glowing vine or the sky's lavender hue, and build on them in your next iteration. A memorable character carries a story within their posture and attire. Use this prompt to bring yours to life. Create a portrait of a wanderer from a post-apocalyptic desert, wearing salvaged armor pieces, dust-gray fabrics, and a mechanical companion perched on their shoulder, with a determined gaze. Notice how incorporating background, costume materials, and facial expression gives the AI a complete picture of your character. Once you have the base, tweak details, swap the armor style, adjust the companion's design, or shift the color palette, to make the character uniquely yours. Every scene needs a setting that enhances its narrative. Try. Illustrate a hidden forest temple overgrown with emerald moss, where golden sunlight filters through shattered stone arches, and small creatures peek from the shadows. This prompt focuses on light, texture, and atmosphere. When you see the AI's first pass, pay attention to composition. Do the arches lead your eye where you want? If not, refine with emphasize leading lines toward the temple entrance and add soft mist for depth. Iteration is your friend. Sometimes, you just want to break free of realism and play with form and color. Prompt your AI with: generate an abstract composition that evokes the feeling of nostalgia through swirling pastel shapes, dynamic brush strokes, and subtle gradients. The result will be an emotional landscape of shapes and hues. From there, isolate a color transition or brush stroke style you love and ask for a focused study. Zoom in on the transition between lavender and peach with high contrast edges. Choosing the right palette can make or break your piece. Use this prompt. Create a harmonious color palette inspired by a summer sunset over the ocean, featuring coral, teal, goldenrod, and lavender accents. The AI will output swatches you can import directly into your drawing software. Then ask, show me alternate palettes by swapping coral for magenta or teal for aquamarine. Experiment until you find the perfect mood. Merge the digital and tactile worlds with. Produce a collage that combines torn vintage paper textures, hand-drawn ink illustrations of birds, and digital watercolor splashes. When the AI presents options, examine how textures layer and interact. If the paper feels too uniform, refine the prompt. Add subtle coffee stains and slight tears for a more authentic look. For hyper-realism, accuracy is key. Try. Generate a photorealistic headshot of a middle-aged woman with silver-streaked hair, natural lighting from a window, and soft background bokeh. This prompt specifies age, hair detail, lighting, and depth of field. Tweak further by specifying skin texture or eye color until you capture that lifelike presence. When you need a clean, crisp outline before coloring, use. Create a high-contrast ink sketch of a sleek futuristic motorcycle with exaggerated curves and visible mechanical joints. The AI will deliver a bold line drawing. Import it into your art tool and use it as the foundation for digital painting or vector work. Animating or planning a comic? This prompt helps you storyboard. Produce a 3-panel black and white storyboard for a short scene where a young inventor discovers a floating mechanical bird and the two share a moment of wonder. The AI will sketch sequential frames. Use these as thumbnails to plan camera angles, pacing, and narrative flow. After generating your artwork, get feedback with. Analyze this digital painting and suggest 3 improvements focusing on composition, color harmony, and focal point clarity. Paste in your image link or description, and the AI will act as a gallery curator, pointing out ways to strengthen your piece. Incorporate its suggestions, then revisit your work with fresh eyes. All these prompts are starting points. To make them resonate with your unique voice, add personal details, favorite art movements, specific brushes, or references to real-world textures. For instance, if you love ukiyo-e, append, inspired by ukiyo-e woodblock prints, to a landscape prompt. Watch your AI adapt, blending your influences seamlessly. First, always review each AI output with curiosity, not judgment. Focus on what excites you. Second, iterate quickly. Small tweaks to a prompt can yield dramatically different results. Third, keep a prompt library. Save your most successful prompts and note which tweaks worked best. Over time, you'll build a personalized toolkit that fires off ideas on demand. By now, you have a diverse set of prompts covering concept art, characters, environments, abstraction, color theory, mixed media, realism, line art, storyboarding, and critique. Each one invites you to explore a different facet of your creativity. The real magic happens when you mix and match these prompts. Try blending an abstract composition with photorealistic details, or layer a color palette from one prompt onto the line art from another. The possibilities are endless. So grab your tablet, open your favorite AI art app, and start experimenting. Let these prompts be the spark that lights your next artistic journey. Don't be afraid to push boundaries, refine relentlessly, and most importantly, have fun along the way. See you next time.